It's registered dietitian Rebecca Turner here to talk to you about why the calorie in versus calorie out theory is bogus, or at least in my professional opinion. And I'm going to do that by explaining to you how digestion actually works and why the quality of foods that you take in matters a whole lot more than the quantity of foods. The number one thing to remember is your body needs nutrients to survive, not calories. Now, nutrients happen to ride on the back of calories, and sometimes how many calories versus how many nutrients completely varies on the type of food or food product in which you're taking in. But the base thing is that your body does not need calories to survive and thrive. Your body needs nutrients to survive and also thrive. Now, when we eat food, this is the most simplistic way to explain digestion that I have found. First, though, let me stop and just sort of define digestion for you. Digestion is the turning food eaten into nutritional chemical compounds or nutrients for absorption, distribution, and utilization for the body to sustain life and for good health. Okay, so that is what the process of digestion at its top level is sort of for. Now let's start with when we eat food. Now again, if you happen to be a nurse or a medical professional watching this, please excuse my extreme elementary way of explaining digestion. But here goes. Okay, so when we eat food, digestion actually starts in the mouth. It starts to sort of break down. Now we eat food as a solid thing. The first place it's going to move to is your stomach. In your stomach, the body starts to break down the food that you ate into those macronutrients, into your proteins, into your carbs, into your fats. Those are the big ones, your macronutrients. Some other things get sort of broken down, but that's sort of the idea of what happens in your stomach. From there, it actually moves into your small intestines. Here is where all the magic sort of happens, okay? Your body uses chemicals and digestive enzymes to further break down that food that you ate from those macronutrients into the micronutrients. So this is going to be your vitamins, your minerals, your enzymes, all of your phytonutrients. All of that gets broken down into your small intestines. So the proteins are now becoming into the peptides and into the different building blocks, the amino acids. Your carbohydrates are getting broken down into fiber, into your B vitamins, into all the other components in which can be found in a carbohydrate in a food. It's also being broken down into the fats, into the omega-3s and the omega-6s, and saturated and unsaturated, and it's getting broken down and further. Here's where it gets broken down into your vitamin E's and your vitamin C's and all of those things that we actually need for survival and for thriving. All right, so now in your small intestines, you have all of these micro parts, right? It's the micro of the macro. What happens next? Well, two things sort of happens next. First, all of those micronutrients, or I like to refer to them as our worker bees, actually get absorbed through the small intestines into the blood. Now think of your blood for just about everything as like the highway system of your body. Your blood travels from head to toe and all around to your extremities, to the ends, from your scalp to your, to the bottom of your feet, to the tips of your toes, and everywhere in between. It's one big sort of interstate system. Those micronutrients, those vitamins, those minerals, those antioxidants get absorbed into the bloodstream, and then it goes to work in delivering it to wherever it needs to go. It's going to deliver now the amino acids to your muscles, to your hair. It's going to deliver your carbohydrates or your glycogen, into your muscles. It's going to deliver your vitamin C to your immune system, vitamin A to different places. You get the point. It's literally sort of like the transit system to getting your worker bees to the jobs in which they need to do. Okay, so what happens to everything else that's not a micronutrient into the food that you eat? Its next stop is going to be your large intestines. So we went from the stomach to the small intestines, now into our large intestines. Here, your fat-soluble vitamins actually get absorbed. Vitamin A, D, E, and K, all right? So that's where your body sort of takes those fat-soluble vitamins and stores them for when you need them. Now, here's the problem. Everything else that's not digestible, meaning all the other additives and things that are in the food, or maybe if it was a processed food, all the other sort of added junk, gets lumped into the small intestines and then just gets sort of passed on through, to the out. Now, if you had eaten a lot of fiber, that would actually have helped move from the small intestines into the large intestines and move the rest of it out. But here's the part that I want you to realize. When you get the hunger signal, it is not because of an empty stomach. You start to get the hunger signal whenever your transit, all those micronutrients that are going around in your blood, no longer have any stops or jobs to do. Your blood sugar starts to drop. Your brain signals, I need more workers. There's a new shift on board, and you get the hunger trigger. So here's the deal. When you eat quality foods from real sources, however you want to describe that, I mean, there's so many trendy words now. You have whole foods, you have real foods, you have clean foods, you have all these other sort of labels for just food without anything, that humans had involvement in it. And you can use the word unprocessed, but even some wonderful whole foods are processed. So whatever word you like to use for fruits, vegetables, whole grains, low-fat dairy foods, lean meats, seafood, vegetables, all of those foods that you should be eating, they have workers that can do the jobs your body wants. As long as you're eating those type foods, you're going to be able to eat a smaller amount of calories then keep yourself full a whole lot longer compared to if you just eat junk food, which is chips, candies, processed foods, Pop-Tarts, sweets, those type of things, sodas. You can eat the same amount of calories as that and get hungrier so much quicker, right? Because it's all getting excreted out. There's nothing useful for the body to use in terms of micronutrients found in those foods. So that doesn't have a whole lot of work to be delivering, worker bees to be delivering. Your blood sugar is going to go up and then it's going to go down and then you're going to get hungry and then you're going to over that cycle. So this is why, to me, quality of foods matters so much more than quantity of foods. And you know that. So I hope this has at least helped you sort of understand and take a look at your own diet and see where you should be taking some quality shifts and stop so much looking at just the calorie impact, particularly if you're not reaching the health goals that you are looking to. Now, you may be able to maintain your weight on just a junk food type diet, but you will never be able to maintain a good sense of health without providing your body those nutrients it needs that's found in just about only whole type foods without having to have some form of supplementation. And supplementation will never take the place of the way those vitamins and minerals and everything works within an actual food component within the actual body. So I hope this helps. Remember, quality over quantity. Give your body some worker bees to do the work it wants and you'll stay fuller longer. If you found this helpful, I would love for you to share it. As I said, I am playing around with these videos. I need to know what you enjoy. You can find more at my website, therebeccaturner.com, or you can find me on all the social outlets, especially for a lot of Rate Your Plates on Instagram. Look for @therebeccaturner. If you have a question or something that you would like for me to address, that would help me help you with these videos. So leave it below. But until next time, guys, I want you to stay hungry for healthy and stay in touch.